happening, folks? Welcome back to the channel. It finished 0-0 here in Bergamo. I've got Martin with me. Martin, you'll take that in any Champions League away day, 0-0, wouldn't you? Away
Oh, fantastic. I mean, the build-up to the game, nobody gave us a chance. You know, the guys I was talking to in the last week, we're all thinking a 2 or 3, maybe even a 4-0 was a good result. Which, you know, you struggle to comprehend that because you're thinking you can't celebrate a defeat. But after what happened to us in Dortmund, there was a lot of cynicism around this game, and Atalanta have turned a corner as well and have scored goals for fun. So there's real concern over would we be able to compete with this team, but we certainly competed with them tonight.
Aye, we did. Rodgers went with Ida, obviously, ahead of Kyogo. And I think you could tell from the word goal we were more willing to go direct into his feet, but I thought at times we had to hold on to the ball better in that first half, and we did ride our luck at times. Atalanta hit the crossbar, had a couple of good chances. Schmeichel's at 1 or 2 great saves. We expect that coming away from home, that the home team are going to have chances, but we did just ride our luck at times in that first half.
We never gave up in playing out from the back, which I liked. The ball was quite often up to Ida, but he was something to come back the way. So he was maybe managing to, well, often it didn't get to Ida, sometimes he got away from him, but when he did get it, he had to come back. He didn't manage to break free often. I thought the big number 4 that was up against him was immense tonight,
good, yeah.
So he didn't get much change for him. I thought Kuhn was good in the first half, but we had
a good night all round.
All round, he was really good. And I thought most of the positive offensive play came through Kuhn, but defensively we had to be brilliant, particularly, I mean, Johnson gets the early yellow card, and then a lot of the play came down his side. I don't necessarily targeted him. I think they probably thought let's target the small guy, you know, the wee guy at the left back.
And everything's coming through Lookman as our best player down the left hand side.
And they kept that same cross time and time again, you know, swinging into the back post, and it felt like it was just a matter of time before they won the header and scored, and of course they hit the bar as you say, so I felt like we were hanging on a wee bit in that first half, but really all we could ask is don't concede early, try not to make a mistake. We rode our luck when it hit the bar. As you say, Kasper had a few good saves, but half time you're thinking 0-0, game on, and we still had some ace cards, we still had some good subs to bring on as well.
Absolutely. In games like this you're looking for the milestones, aren't you? Get through the first 20 minutes, get to half time, get to 60 minutes, and I thought we had a shaky period just around 60 minutes where we were well on Atalanta attacks and defending the box well, but we couldn't get out our defensive third, we couldn't build the game at all. Again, we kept giving it away cheaply, and we really had to come through a storm at that period of the game, but I think for the rest of the second half we defended brilliantly, defended the box manfully. Scales and Trusty in particular, who's come in for stick recently, I thought Trusty was brilliant, headed everything that came into the box.
Aye, and the wide men didn't do much wrong, but they managed to get the ball past the wide men time and time again, and the ball was coming into that sort of penalty spot, you know, numerous times, but we managed to clear our lines so often. We managed to get to that ball first, and great credit to Scales and Trusty, who've both been criticised by large you know, percentages of the fan base. Trusty in particular has come into a lot of criticism recently, and Scales has never really got that consistent praise, but tonight was a big statement for both those players. I thought they were both exceptional.
Absolutely, as the game more on, as you say, we bring the subs on. Bernardo comes on to really good effect, bit of bite in midfield. Palma even winning the ball back, winning his throw-ins. Kyogo comes on and he gives you a different threat with the pace in behind. He had a wee chance, I think it was offside, but there was maybe just a wee period of 5-10 minutes where you thought, could we go and nick it here, but we just couldn't carve out the chance.
Because I thought their big number 4 that we were talking about earlier on, I thought Ida was happy just to play on his shoulder and try and win the physical battle, but he wasn't getting much change at all, and I think it's just because you know, their player was so good as opposed to being Ida being bad. But when Kyogo come on, I thought he just peels away from you, and he did it a couple of times there, and I thought this lad's going to have a different challenge on his hands. And there was a wee spell about 10-15 minutes I thought Kyogo's going to get a go at this, and he was also playing those lovely curved passes, and the ball was coming in and he was playing those passes first time, and I thought if he doesn't score himself he's going to set somebody up, but it didn't last for long before we were kind of penned back again, and that last sort of maybe 5 minutes plus injury time, which is 10 minutes, felt like we just had to weather the storm.
Aye, absolutely. There's been so much talk about the manager's approach and tactics after the defeat in Dortmund. Do you think the team and him you could see we learned the lessons for that, because we did look a lot more compact, and again I think most importantly we showed a pride and a determination not to lose goals. Even
things like Maeda tonight, you know, a lot of our play in Dortmund felt like it was going through Maeda and it was offensive. It felt like tonight it was kind of like we're not going to do that, we're just going to try and sit back a little bit more, and you've seen a little bit less of him going forward and more defensive play. I didn't think he was at his best tonight, but he worked tirelessly. I thought everybody was really good. Maybe I thought Hatate might have got kept on.
I thought Engels struggled in the game, didn't he?
I thought Engels might have went off instead of Hatate, but Hatate's that kind of 60 minutes you're coming off. But I thought if we had kept him on, He reads the game so well defensively, he gives you it defensively and offensively, and I thought he'd be the one to pick out the pass for Kyogo if anybody could.
Yeah.
But you're right, Bernardo came on and did well. Palmer came on and worked really hard.
He did.
After all the criticisms he's had about not working, he won a few tackles that he didn't think he'd earned the right to win, so I was pleased to see that, and I thought all the subs, Forrest included at the end, all came on and made an impact.
In the context of the league stage, obviously, that's 4 points on the board. Any point you can get away from home is a bonus, really, isn't it? We look at those home games and we think that's where we can go and get the points on the board, but to be in 4 points after 3 games does really put us in a good position moving forward.
Those margins are so small. I mean, Atalanta, I think, are on 5, we're on 4, and you're thinking all of a sudden we're not miles behind this team that on paper are so much better than us. I think tonight's only the second time in the Champions League away from home that we've not conceded. Think how many games we've played. I don't know the number of games, but it's a huge number. So a massive night for us not to concede. And as you say, in the context, we've now got one big win, one disappointing defeat, but a draw away from home in a game with kind of written off.
Man of the match tonight, who was it for you?
I think most people will be saying either Trusty or Scales. For me, it was Scales. I know Trusty finished very, very well, but I thought Scales in that first half in particular was immense. Both of them were excellent. There was a few other good performers, but I thought those two had to be at their very, very best, and tonight was the best I've seen both of them play.
Absolutely, I'm just going to go for Trusty, but as you say, both of them defended brilliant. A great point here in Italy for Celtic. Like the video, and we'll see you for the build up to that game at Fir Park on Sunday. Cheers.